This meeting is being recorded.
Okay, great. Good morning, all. So I was not available to go to the first in-person meeting. So I hope everybody who went, I hope they were happy seeing everybody's faces and being in person again. So, okay, so this is our second one, and we are, I'll just start. We're going to do some introductions. And so I'm Stephanie, and I am the Secretary Treasurer of Mountain Women in Business. I'm a paralegal and I do bookkeeping work. So I have plenty of clients right now, but if anybody has questions, reach out. I'm available. If you have any questions on Mountain Women in Business, we're all here and available. If you think you have an idea of marketing or getting your name out there that we can help you with, we're here. So we'll start with Deb. We'll start with her introduction.
Unmute myself. Hi, everybody. I'm Deb Evans. I am happily retired and doing my best to bring speakers like Julie in and social media. And then at the end, we'll talk about our upcoming events, which are going to be very exciting. So if you need help with your social, let me know. I will volunteer to help you.
Great. I think a lot of people have used you, Deb, and just, I think, of really getting their names out there and, you know, living in a remote type of place, that the social media has to be the way to go. So, all right, Rachel, good morning.
Good morning. I'm Rachel Henderson, the other co-president of our wonderful group. I'm the owner of Rachel's Creations. I do murals, face painting, canvas painting parties. Used to do a little bit of faux finishes, whatever fun artsy things people can throw at me. And I'm excited. I've partnered up with Dina Baker at the Nature Link, and I have another canvas painting class coming up, one the first Sunday in April and one the first Sunday in May. So look on my Rachel's Creations page or my personal page, and I'll be posting more information about those soon. And I'm booking for spring and summer, so holler if I can help.
Great. All right, Pat, good morning.
Good morning, Pat Fredrickson, Smarter Women, Colorado, and I help you with your retirement income, reaching your goals and being happily retired like Deb, not worrying about money. And I can help you with that, answer your questions, help you with your parents' Medicare. I know none of you need it yet, but we all have questions about that. And I'm vice president, so taking care of some of the events for this summer.
Which we will get into those later after Julie's presentation for us. All right, Lisa, good morning.
Good morning. My name is Lisa Hemstreet. I am a photo organizer and photo manager. So I help you bring chaos to what could be photos and videos everywhere throughout your house. I also help you bring old media back into your life. So if you have old videos or film reels or cassettes that you can no longer view and enjoy, I can help you get those digitized and enjoy those again. And just anything photo and video related, give me a call. I'd love to help.
Great, great, great. Okay, Cindy, good morning.
Good morning, I'm Cindy Denson. I'm a yoga teacher. This is actually my studio where I teach in my house over Zoom. And also now I'm doing 2 classes a week that are Zoom and hybrid. So some people show up live, some people show up on Zoom. It's been an interesting transition. A lot of people actually don't want to leave the house these days, so they just come on Zoom even though it's open, which is interesting. I'm also a mindfulness teacher and I'm a life coach. And I was actually just thinking this morning that I coach people on finding their purpose in that, and I'm wanting to shift or put a particular focus on conscious aging, which could mean because all of us are aging, no matter how old we are, but also in particular to help people use mindfulness to do what they need to do and deal with the anxiety, quite frankly, that I think a lot of us are feeling as we try and navigate this slippery slope of world events and how that does or does not impact us. So.
Great. Okay, your voice in that yoga room is just so calming, and I'm feeling it, Cindy.
Well, I just got a new microphone. I'm playing around with sound a lot.
Okay.
Just was wondering if it's working, so I guess it is. Okay.
Yeah, very good. Okay. Jill, good morning.
Hi there. My internet connection's not that great, so excuse me if I cut out for any reason. I'm a newbie here. I'm a content and copywriter, so I help businesses reach and retain more customers using persuasive writing. I can help with web pages, blogs, ads, social media, articles, emails, search engine optimization, content as information, or anything sales and marketing related. Hi, nice to meet everybody.
Wow. Great skills there. Really looking forward to learning more about those. I mean, like, I feel like you can help, kind of collaborate with a lot of people here. So that's great. Okay. Good morning, Audra.
Good morning, ladies. My name is Audra Iori. I'm a residential mortgage lender with Caliber Home Loans. So we do pretty much everything from VA loans, conventional loans, government loans. We do some construction loans, renovation financing, you name it. If we don't have it to offer, we partner with somebody who does. Today, I just wanted to focus just real briefly on interest rates and home buyers out there. And, when you're buying a house, obviously the process can be very daunting. I mean, it's a huge transaction that you're undertaking. And the last thing that we want people to worry about is, oh my gosh, the interest rate's going to go up while I'm shopping for a home, and now I'm not going to be able to afford it, or it's going to go over my budget. So we do offer something called a lock and shop. So if people are looking at buying a house and they're pretty much getting close to going under contract within like the next 30 days, they can lock at today's rate and take a little breather, knowing that they're protected against any future rate hikes. And the other option that we offer, which is great for new home builds, is we offer an extended rate lock. So you can lock up to a full year. They do require a deposit up front in order to do that, but that money, once you close on a loan, actually goes right towards your down payment and closing costs. So if you know anybody that's looking to buy and they're worried about interest rates, have them give me a call. Audra with Caliber Home Loans.
Great. It's nice to lock in that interest rate because you just never know. All right. Good morning, Shelley. I think you're muted.
There we go. Sorry about that. Good morning. Thank you guys for, excuse me, I'm losing my voice, but thank you guys for letting me crash your party. I'm the VP of Marketing for Young Chefs Academy with Julie that's going to be speaking. I just wanted to listen in and hear about this. I've known Deb for a while and just incredibly impressed by everything she does and just love this group that you guys manage. Was really curious about it. Thanks for letting me crash.
Not crashing at all. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. All right. Good morning, Lori.
Good morning. I am Lori, the director for PeaceWorks. We're an anti-violence organization, nonprofit, domestic violence, sexual assault, stalking, and sex trafficking. And I'm going to share some of my info. We do have a training coming up this Friday at noon. It's on the intersections between substance use disorder and intimate partner violence. Thanks.
You're going to put that in chat? Perfect. All right. Good morning, Chelsea.
Hi, everyone. I'm Chelsea Jipping. This is my first meeting, and I will be opening a bath tune-up franchise in May. So I'm still working on getting my business set up and getting insurance and all the things you need to set up your business. So I will be doing bath renovations in the Evergreen, Conifer, Morrison, Littleton area is my territory. Right now, I'm really looking for any help with referrals on subcontractors, tile people, drywall people, plumbers, electricians. So if you know anybody that's looking to do some work, send them my way.
Okay, great. Very hard to find a lot of those, certainly up here in the
Yeah.
foothills. So, great.
you.
Okay, Josie, good morning.
Hey, good morning. I'm Josie. Let's see, I have a building in Indian Hills, right next to Mac Nation, and it's a small private event venue called the Meeting Sanctuary, where people want to have like retreats or small gatherings. They can rent it out, and it's right across from the post office, right as you enter Indian Hills. And then I have an association management company where we manage nonprofit associations. And so we kind of do that upstairs on the ninth, upstairs of the building. And then, I have employees kind of all around too that work from home. So anyway, that's kind of what we do. I will say I had a yoga mindfulness with Cindy, was it about a week ago or what was it about? Well, not this last Saturday, but the Saturday before. It was incredible. It was so good. I already emailed her to schedule another one. So I can highly recommend Cindy.
I can highly recommend, I put that in the chat, her space. If you have any kind of event, there's a kitchen, it's really like you walk in and go, so that's what I do.
Thank you. That's how I feel when I walk in every day. I love it. Yeah.
Great. And I think we were looking at putting some type of event together with you, and I think you're working with Rachel on that. So
yeah,
we
May or something.
we can look forward to that in the next couple of months. Okay. Good morning, Rebecca.
Good morning. I'm Rebecca Parent Technology Solutions. I do all things technology, so teaching, curriculum, coaching, so consulting. So if you have technology or know someone who does that needs some solutions, let me know. I also help operate a few youth instruction workshops that are going on around the area. So let me know if you've got a youth that's wanting to learn more things about coding, and I might be able to hook you up with a workshop that's ongoing.
Wow, that's great. Okay, Karen Miller, good morning.
Good morning. I can't figure out how to get my face on there, so I've been trying the whole time. Anyway, I'm Karen Miller from KSM Designs. I design one of a kind, and I refurbish, repurpose, and recycle. And if I can help you, Mother's Day is coming. If you're lucky enough to have your mom, think of me. I'm at the Touch of Colorado. Excuse me. I'm going to excuse me. I'm at the Colorado Furniture Store up in Conifer, and also a Bagada, and also I have my full line on the website. So if I can help you at all, now's the time. Easter's coming, wedding's coming, and it's a shame I have a beautiful necklace on that's perfect for a wedding. So sorry about that. I don't know how to get my face on there, which is probably a good idea. But anyway, have a great day, and I'm glad to meet some new people. So then that's it. Karen Miller, KSM Designs.
Fun. Okay, great. Karen's jewelry is great stuff. So, okay, did I miss anybody except Julie? We're going to have Deb introduce her. Did I miss anybody? Just yell out. Okay, great. All right, Deb, I'm going to hand it over to you. I'm going to mute my mic, so everybody else should as well.
All right, I think you got everybody, and just welcome to the new people that are here. Chelsea, love to see a franchisee. I think you and I emailed my years and years of franchising. It's always great to see a franchisee. Rebecca is a former franchisee, and this brings us to Julie and Shelly, Julie is founder of Young Chefs Academy. I think all of you know I love to cook, I love to bake, I love to work with my grandkids. And I think Julie probably started that, my love for wanting to bake with kids. So I watched her, I've been to their training. She's got a phenomenal franchise system. But what I'm so impressed with Julie is her code of values, her customer service, the franchisee love that they have for the organization. So Julie, thank you so much for joining us. And Shelley, I'm thrilled that you could be here too, because you're part of her family and her system. So I'm going to turn it over to Julie. I'm going to mute myself.
Thank you so much, Deb. Yes, I call Deb my fairy godmother, my franchise fairy godmother. And I'm sure it won't surprise any of you that she's known in the franchise world as the great connector. She's just one of those people that wants to help. And if she knows somebody that she thinks can help you in a certain area, why, she's going to make that introduction. So everybody needs a Deb in their life. So, you know, when Deb asks me to do something, I do it, I jump. And yes, we're baking buddies too. So, gosh, I don't want to talk about myself. I want to talk about everybody here. This is the most interesting group. Every business, I think, oh my gosh, face painting. When we open up a Young Chefs in Colorado, that'd be perfect. The face painters are the most popular at our open houses. And Shelley and I were just talking literally Saturday evening, we were at a dinner that we're going to start yoga, and is there something online? And we have room in our training center. So we want to call Cindy about yoga. Every single one of you. Of course, I need help with retirement plans. I'm not a P&L person. So anybody that wants to help with my P&Ls is, you know, you never can get enough people. So anyway, you guys, it seems like a really neat group. Can I ask just a few questions, Deb? We should have probably chatted before.
Okay.
But how many are in your group?
Stephanie, what we have close to over 25, 30?
I think it's right at 30, maybe a little over. So
very good.
So yeah, you know, so.
And is it the Denver area or just?
It's more the Front Range of, so conifer, Bailey, evergreen, pine.
Very good.
But I mean, we do have some people that are more in the city, and you know, we love having everybody here.
Golden.
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 Very good. Very neat.
So we're probably an hour from Denver.
And I'm familiar with that area. I've been to Deb's home and have a sister who lives in Denver. So love Colorado, love that area.
Yeah.
And I met, was it you, Rachel? Who has the?
You did. We went to Mac Nation and you met Rachel.
So Rachel, we met. Yes, that place is so delicious. I've been craving it since. So, okay, good, great. Well, I just wanted to kind of wrap my brain around about what you wanted to talk about. Do you come up with a different topic every month? So customer experience, is that just a new topic that grew organically and you thought?
Well, a lot of times it depends on the speaker and their expertise. So the people that I'm looking for to speak to our group, it could be a topic that we've covered before, but usually it's a topic that I know that, you know, the speaker's familiar with. You know, Nancy Freeman. So she talked to us about customer service. So that's about how we go for it. A lot of the folks here, they do have customers, but they don't all have brick and mortar. Like, you know, Josie has a brick and mortar, Lori has an office, but most of us, you know, they work from home.
Okay. Very good. Well, I have a little PowerPoint mainly just to keep me on track, because I can talk about anything and everything all day. So I have a PowerPoint.
I can give you, do you want to, my internet's starting to go wonky, but here, let me see if I can give you, make you the speaker, okay? Just give me 1 second. So give you the access. Okay, I'm gonna make you the host.
Shelley, are you getting nervous right now? This is where Shelley usually helps me with this. Oh, no.
I have every confidence in you.
I know. Okay, so I'm the host. So
then you now share screen, which may be at the bottom. It should be maybe a green button at the bottom if you scroll down.
Yep, there it is. Okay, share screen.
We don't see you. There you go. Coming over. See, you did it.
See? So current custom
No, so go to from beginning, left. There you go.
I did it.
And then you just click to,
Gotcha. Okay, so feel free to stop me and ask questions, or Deb, if you know me well enough and you know our model inside and out. So if it's something more relevant to your group, I'm happy to speak to it, but I'll just talk about
monitor the chat for you.
Okay, Young Chefs Academy, and I'll try to talk about my journey on how we got to where we are today. I'll try to make that a 5-minute story, a 15-year journey, a 5-minute story. How's that? So I'm Julie Burleson, founder and CEO of Young Chefs Academy. We have been in business since 2004. I've always been a fan of franchising as a business model. When I first got married, the funny story we tell during training with our franchisees is when my husband proposed to me, the first thing I said is, well, I want to own my own business one day, right? Like almost a condition. And but I always was looking at franchises. I was an entrepreneur at heart. I had these ideas in my head. Always, as probably most of you can relate with, there's always, ideas spinning around. But when I thought about Young Chefs Academy, my children were small, and it was just one of those light bulb moments. And I thought, oh my gosh, cooking school for children, how wonderful would that be? And all of the lifelong skills they could learn. And it was right at the beginning when Food Network was coming out with cooking shows. So, I'm from the generation of I watch Jacques Pepin on Saturdays with my husband drinking coffee. I don't know if any of you even know Jacques Pepin. And so I just ran to my computer and thought, is there a franchise out there, or what can I do? How do I do it? I didn't find one. Next thing I knew, I was talking to friends who owned little restaurants downtown, and I was renting their space. And this is the logo you see today, is the one that we developed within that first year of business. Side note, Shelly and I are looking at rebranding, and the team and I are looking at rebranding and coming up with a new logo, but and it just took off from there. Waco, I don't know if any of you know who are familiar with franchising, it's pretty much a hub for franchising. There was the Curves headquarters was here in Waco. Dina Dwyer has, now it's called Neighborly, but she has a franchise umbrella company that has, I think, 7 brands under it and several others. I didn't know that. I was new to Waco from Los Angeles. So anyway, but people were coming from Dallas for parties, and they thought I had a franchise, and they would say things like, how did Waco get a franchise before Dallas did? So because I'd always, kind of thought I knew about franchising, started looking into that. I was a colleague, a friend introduced me to somebody who had experience in that. And this is where I'm going to really fast forward my story, because it's not really too relevant to what we're talking about today. But long story short, I thought I had struck gold. I was introduced to somebody who could help me with the franchising side of it. So, the old saying, I knew just enough to be dangerous about franchising. I went into franchising starry-eyed and excited, thinking, oh, I'm just going to attract a bunch of people just like me who are passionate about teaching kids to cook. And this is going to be so fun. And I'm going to provide this model and this opportunity. It didn't go that way. We quickly sold probably 70 within that first 6 months. And by we, I don't mean we, it was my new 50% partner who did. Again, long story short, I was never introduced to these people. The first time I ever met them was at training, which those of you who own a business or just are familiar with business, as I know you all are, you can only imagine what happened, which leads to my favorite topic, which is company culture. The company was oversold. I saw where it was going. So within that first year, I had a business partner who helped me sell or sold way too many in the first year. I had to get out. So then the next several years is a messy, messy story of me fighting for my business and trying to get it back, and support the franchisees who were in my system for the right reason, and really spend many years just trying to steer that ship around and build a strong business. And so that wasn't the first. As any business owner knows, you go through several hurdles and bumps in the road. But all that to say, Young Chefs Academy is a very strong franchise business with 30 and growing. We have, Deb, you'll be excited to hear, we have about 6 in the pipeline who have attended Discovery Day. So we're really poised to launch. We're looking to open at least 10 this year, another 10 next year, responsibly. We're going to grow at the pace that we're able to scale it and support our franchisees in doing a business they love that changes lives. Any questions about that? You probably have a million. So I'm not gonna lecture on franchising the business model, but I think it's very relevant to our topic of customer service today and company culture and code of values, because a lot of people think they know about franchising. Chelsea, you know a lot about franchising. Deb, you do, but in terms of why is franchising successful, I don't know the stats. Deb, you probably do, or Shelley, of how many franchise companies there are out there, because this is America. So anybody can start a franchise company, anybody can start a business. And many people go into it pretty much like I did, thinking they know about franchising enough. And, you know, you start down a certain path that takes you away from one of the many reasons why franchising is successful. But above and beyond these basic components of what makes franchising successful is company culture. And that's a buzzword we all hear about now, right? And it wasn't as forefront in topics in terms of, oh, well, if you're getting into a business, or if you're deciding to be in a franchise company, well, make sure that company culture is strong. You know, what is culture? Culture is behavior, right? And it's behavior of a group of people based on a shared set of values. So back to 2005, when I was starting franchising, you know, I had a culture. I knew what was important to me. I had a dream of the type of franchise owners who would come into my business. But if you don't define your company culture and you don't get a hold of it in the very beginning, it's going to define you. And that's what happened to me in the beginning. The culture was really determined by my other partner and his partners that he brought in and the franchisees that were brought into the system. And it wasn't a good fit for, you know, my dream of what Young Chefs Academy was going to be. So, and I think I heard Bob Fish say this, and Bob and Mike with Big B Coffee, you know, they've openly shared their journey in franchising. And I think the statistic is, if you have a toxic culture or a bad culture, it takes a good 10 years to turn it around. And it really does. It really does. It's an important thing. So, you know, I always, whether it's franchisees or small business owners here in Waco that I visit with, you know, I talk about that and say, it doesn't matter if it's just you by yourself, or if it's you and 4 employees or 3 employees, is, you know, define not only your mission and your vision, but what are your core values? Because everything feeds from that, you know, not only, well, our culture is family. We're like a family. Our culture is, you know, we have fun. Just really dig in and define it.
Hey, Julie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I left franchising and I started my own Deb Evans Consulting, I was a business of 1. And someone had told me, well, did you set up your mission statement, your vision, your core values? And it's like, I'm a business of 1. Why would I do that? And then I found, as I got clients, it was important for me to articulate to my potential customers what my vision really was for my business and what my mission really was. And it was hard. So I don't know how many of us, I mean, so many of us that are on the call that are small business owners, I don't know, you know, like I'm going to I'm going to pick on Rachel. Like Rachel, have you ever really sat down and do you have, you know, a vision statement and all of that? I know, I think you work with the vision board people.
I've done vision boards before, but it's been more on the personal level than on the business level. And I went through some of this, our previous president, secretary, co-president, Denise Patrick and Joanne. Now I'm gonna blank out on Joanne's name all of a sudden. They went through some of this stuff with us at a meeting once. And Joanne took it to the extreme, had worksheets and all kinds of things for us to go through to think about. And in my head I have, and probably at one time I sat and wrote it down, but it's more just personal. And, you know, like what matters to me is customer service, always listening to my customers, being friendly and fun and making art enjoyable for everyone. And especially with the canvas painting classes, teaching people to do something that they didn't think they could do. And they have a fun, neat thing to go home and hang on the wall and be proud of. And just making kids giggle, you know, that I've never had biological kids. I was a stepmom for a short period of time. But who doesn't love puppies and making kids giggle? You know, there's nothing better. So I haven't ever formally, this is my business model and plan and blah, blah, blah. But I've at least given it some thought in my head. Why am I doing what I'm doing?
Right. Well, and you can articulate it well. I had a hard time being able to stick to, you know, being able to pass that on and then on a website or in my social media post and be consistent with my messaging. So it was just something I thought, you know, it's a good idea for all of us to think about. Even in my retirement, I should think about, what do I want to do? Where's my message?
Right. If anything, I have to, if anything, I have to stay creative and change it up. And that's why I do my posts every week to at least stay consistent, because it's not like I'm out spreading my mission statement. It's more like I'm trying to attract attention so people know I'm there to hire. You know, that's a good kind of a different animal.
And
sorry to interrupt you, Julie.
No, that helps. No, I
No,
much
go
prefer
ahead.
I much prefer the conversational format, but I mean, I think that helps. And I think, Deb, to your point, it's, you know, your mission and vision should always be your guiding light. And really, if for any other reason, it helps you with your social media posts. It helps you stay focused, and, you know, it helps you with content. And somebody on here who's a content writer is, I don't see the full gallery, but it probably helps content writers when they're consulting with companies too.
And I'll say my small little business is a little different too. I've never been motivated by money. Obviously, I have 3 jobs to get by, especially since my husband passed a few years ago. But I'd rather do that and do what I love instead of be back in the corporate county job world. And you just adjust your priorities, I guess. And you have to do what you love no matter what it takes, and not worry about which job's going to pay the most money. That's just me.
That's you. Yeah.
To be happy.
There you go. I'm my helpful side of me is I'm already like thinking of your mission and vision. Inspiring children through making them giggle. But I missed a slide, Shelley. I should have helped you with this, but my next slide was supposed to be our mission and vision, and I thought that might even help you. And I'm happy to share anything with anybody here in terms of working on your mission and vision. But a lot of times it helps to put your vision first and your mission second. So what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. So, you know, your vision is something that you should be able to visualize and see. And then your mission is how you're going to achieve that vision. So our vision is, since I don't have my slide in here, is making a positive, lasting impact on children's lives. That's our vision, through teaching the joy and value of cooking. And then it goes on from there. But, you know, it's simple, 2 sentences. and then we go on to say in a safe environment that encourages creativity and discovery. So that's our vision and our mission. And our further vision is, our big dream board vision is we want the conversations of every child that's, grown up and gone on their own, no matter where they live in the United States, to have that common conversation of, well, what Young Chefs Academy did you go to? So that's our big vision. We're going to get there. So that's the first part, is your mission and your vision, but you can only really achieve it and have a strong, solid foundation and company is if you really truly articulate your code of values. And I will share that we recently just came up and redefined our code of values. A mentor of mine, Dina Dwyer in Waco, when I was going through our tough times early on, she really kind of became my mentor, and she was over the Dwyer Group, that umbrella company I talked about that has. Chelsea, are you from Neighborly? Did you say you're a Rebath? I don't see Chelsea.
Sorry, I got a sick 3-year-old here with me,
Oh,
so
no.
I had to go on mute for a second. It's Bath Tune Up, and the umbrella company is Home Franchise Concepts.
Is Maria Hahn with that company now? No.
That doesn't sound familiar.
Okay, so you're similar structure.
Yes, yeah, they have about 8 or 9 franchise systems under their umbrella.
Good deal. Very good. Congratulations, by the way, on your franchise.
Thank you.
So Dina took me under her wings and she shared her company code of values. I can't even remember what it is. We're so ingrained in this one now. Shelley, what was it?
I can't believe you're asking me that.
Anyway, it was a code of values and she gave me permission to adapt it because it was similar to our current code of values, but it was having fun and customers, come first and all of that. But we really sat down, I think it was during COVID, wasn't it, Shelley?
Yeah, it actually was.
So it was during COVID when we were all home and spinning our wheels. We were quickly pivoting and trying to figure out ways we could help support our franchisees. We quickly pivoted to online classes, virtual classes. And let me tell you, it helped and it worked and our customers really appreciated it. But boy, our owners were so happy to get back in the kitchen and have that FaceTime with their customers. So, some companies kind of changed their models through COVID. Some pretty positive things came out of it. One of you was saying with your yoga studio, well, there's some people that just want to stay home and these virtual classes are pretty great. But in terms of our company culture and our model, we're really focused on that in-person classroom experience. Anyway, I digress. So it was during that time when, there were some periods where all we could do was just be there for our franchisees and have more Zoom calls and just work through surviving. So during some of that downtime, we thought, what, this is a great time to really focus on those projects that we don't ever have time to because we're so busy. So we at the corporate office really dug in and came up with our own very personal code of values. Maybe it's my age or, I'm easily distracted. Spelling it out is this, and what's it called? An acronym, right? Recipe that helps.
I love it. I love that.
I'll remember.
Yeah, the recipe, it's just part of what you guys do. It's like very creative. I like that.
Thanks. And each of our franchise owners has it in their hanging in their lobby. They love it. They got so excited about it, which just gave us warm fuzzies when we presented it on one of our Zoom calls with franchisees. It just further validated that, we've got a strong group of franchisees. We're all in this together. It's a very collaborative culture, but we shared it with them and they were like, well, when can we get it? We want to put it up in our location. But it really, everything trickles down from our code of values. It's posted in our lobby. Our parents read it and see it. You know, again, culture is behavior. It's not a statement. It's not, oh, this is our company culture, so this is, now it's all good. No, it's culture's behavior. This code of values just defines our behavior. So it's, you know, respect, empathy, child-focused, integrity. We're passion-driven. We believe that's the secret to our success, is our owners are equally passionate about our mission and vision as we are. And extraordinary experience. We strive to have an exceptional, extraordinary experience at every service touch point, from when you answer the phone to how you interact with parents and children. So what does that do? To me, that just helps that customer experience from, you know, the very first service touch point. If we have this defined, we're all living by it. I truly believe we have less disgruntled and unsatisfied customers at the end of the day. So that's why whenever we talk about customer experience and customer satisfaction, you have to talk first about this. You know, what is important to us, and what is our code of values? Why are we here, and what's important to us? So, you know, we further dig down, and really our franchisees, what we just said, Shelley and Jamie, my VP of operations, were just saying last time, we always start every Zoom call with our code of values. That's the first screen while we're waiting for franchisees to join. That's just up there, is to challenge our franchisees to see who can memorize, who has it memorized, not have it up there, and see if somebody can share it. And I believe most of them could, maybe not every little word, but definitely respect, empathy, child-focused, integrity, passion-driven, and extraordinary experience. So I'm not going to read to you, but y'all have this recorded, so you're welcome to use that to come up with your own recipe for success, if you will. And passion-driven. So how much time have I already gone over time?
I don't, maybe just another 5 minutes. If that.
Does anybody have any questions, or what I was going to talk about next, and I don't know, this might not even be relevant with this group, was just we have another customer service code of values. It's our BLAST policy. I'm happy to go through that and talk about it.
Okay, you have another 5 minutes, so you can do that.
Okay, so again, if you have the right people on the bus, right? If you have the right team members who are in alignment with your code of values and your culture, then you're winning. You're ahead of the game. You know, Rachel, with the restaurant business, you probably, this is probably most of you all have customers, but I just think the restaurant business right now is so challenged with the hiring issues. And is it getting better in Colorado? Is it getting better there?
We've been really lucky. The little restaurant I work at part-time was mostly takeout anyway, because it's not a big facility. So in the spring and summer, we do a lot better because we have picnic tables, we have outdoor entertainment, we have things like that. In the winter, we just have one little area upstairs that can hold about 15 people. So it's been a little more challenging there, but luckily their business hasn't been affected like everyone else's, you know, as far as having to totally shut down. And our staff is less than 10 people anyway. We are hiring more for the summer, but it's normally high school, college kids that come back and forth. And the rest of the time, the core, you know, 4 or 5 of us can handle what's going on. So I'm not the best example, because I know overall the industry's hurting, and it's really hard for people to get employees, especially reliable, consistent employees.
Right. And that's what I was really speaking to, is just the hiring. You know, our franchisees are having their share of challenges, but we're really seeing seeing them have greater experience than maybe other companies around them. And I truly believe that the one differentiator, the one thing we have going for us is just our company culture. It's a fun place to work and employees are attracted to that, so you have to find ways to attract the right employees by, if you can't pay them, salary and benefits, what do you do? What can you offer your employees? Because if your employees are happy, well, guess what? The customer experience is going to be better, right? It trickles down. If you have a strong company culture from the top, your employees are going to be happy. Rachel, you probably have a good point to make.
I'm just really lucky because ours is a small family owned place. They take care of us. We're averaging like $18 to $22 an hour, just working 15 hours a week. I'm covering my mortgage because people are being generous with the credit card tips and everything for servers these days. And even the family, usually they'll give us a little $50, $100 bonus around Christmas. And we got one for Christmas and Thanksgiving this year.
That's awesome.
Just because they were able to, and you can tell they value you. It's not a big corporate entity where they don't care who comes and goes. So I'm lucky it's a different situation.
Well, you're lucky, but I've been to plenty of small family-owned restaurants that don't have that same culture. So, give yourself some credit there. It really does. It all trickles down from a strong culture, from the top. So we have, but there are going to be those situations, and it's a crazy world we live in. I think there's more of it. People are under a lot of stress. You're going to find customers that just aren't happy, even though you have a strong foundation and you live by your code of values. Either you're having a bad day, or one of your employees is having a bad day, or usually it's your customer that's having a bad day, and you're going to hear about it. They're going to call you. They've got the leverage of Yelp and Google, right, to hold over you. So it's important to be prepared for worst case scenarios. So we train on what we call our BLAST policy, customer service policy. And it's, again, just being prepared. So if that customer complaint comes in, again, it's a franchise, right? So we have a system for everything. Go to our system for the answer. So our franchisees are trained on the BLAST customer service policy, but really it's something that we want them to follow before it even escalates to a customer complaint, right? If you just follow our code of values, or you believe in it, so therefore by nature your behavior supports it, and then the BLAST policy really helps so that if you're caught off guard, many times you're caught off guard by a customer who's not happy, right? Because it usually has nothing to do with you, right? Sometimes it does, many times it has to do with their experience and they were wronged. But if you're just prepared for that, and then it helps you not go into defense mode. It helps you just work through it. And hopefully by the end of the conversation, or if a customer comes to you with a complaint, not only have you diffused the situation, but maybe you've gained a supporter and a follower who's going to go out and share what a great experience they had after they called and complained. So again, and our customer service policy really supports our code of values, but if you go into a conversation just believing what they're saying, right? So if a customer calls and complains about something, just stop and listen. And it goes back to our code of values, empathy. Everybody is right from their own perspective. So listen with the intent to understand, not getting ready for your answer back, right? Just listen to them. Again, the customer's not always right. That doesn't mean you're going to be able to fix what happened, but just listen to what they have to say. I'm not going to go into great detail on this because I know I'm over time, but again, you all have this, and I'm happy, Deb can give you our emails. We're happy to talk to interview about this, but how do I get my little people screen off of so I can see what I'm
okay, you do.
Here we go. Move, everybody move.
The main thing along those lines that I love for any business. The bad thing about social media these days is, I don't know a nicer way to say it, people's balls have shrunk and they'll get online and say anything they want instead of calling the business first to try to give the business a chance to make it right.
Exactly.
And they hide behind social media instead of coming directly to you and giving you a chance to fix it. And that's the biggest problem we see, because some of those review companies online aren't the most scrupulous, and someone can post something that wasn't even true, or they didn't give you a chance to rectify, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to happen. And again, Deb's probably had many workshops on how to handle that, and get it offline as quickly as possible. That's true. And
we've also, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to jump in, but that's one of the things that we talk about during training is, you know, because of that being so prevalent, you know, with the online community, you know, they have more confidence because they're hiding behind that screen. So we explain to our franchise owners, you know, you use this blast policy even for those purposes, and, you know, with the strategy to get them offline. But it's important that everyone else that sees this sees how you respond, because we all look at reviews. So when you look at that, you look at how a company responds, and if they're responding defensively or they're responding in a certain way that gives you it's a negative reflection of your brand. That's why it's so important for us to make sure our you know, the franchisees understand this and fully employ it.
Very good. Good point, Shelley. And
good point.
And when you get that customer review online or by the phone call, if you're automatically in the mindset of, oh, this is an opportunity to really show what we're about, your defenses go down, and it helps you work through the situation. Always apologize. You know, that's a no-brainer. And satisfy. So this one, and we kind of have to work through this with some of our franchisees on a case-by-case basis, because, you know, I think you have to kind of live through it and see the value of it a few times. But usually what they're asking for is not a lot. Usually they want to be heard and understood. So if you just wrap it up in a nice little bow, you know, be willing to give that refund, you know, be willing to offer, come back for a free class and bring a friend next time. It goes a long way. It really does. We've seen so many negative reviews turned into very positive, you know, reviews on Yelp and Google and Facebook. And then again, you should be thankful, right? If they call you before they go online or before they go, just thank them for the opportunity to make it right. You know, thank you. And what you experienced doesn't support our code of values. I hope you give us another chance. We really appreciate the opportunity to fix this for you. So that's our customer service policy. Again, it's all about being prepared, right? So if you have it memorized. You know, that boogeyman around the corner, that angry customer, it's a little bit easier to handle. And, you know, you can take it as a challenge to turn them into a fan. Oh, aren't they cute? So we don't have time. I was going to share a couple case studies, but we don't have time. That's for another day. But this ends my presentation. I'm happy to take questions, or did I miss some relevant points, Deb?
No, I think you covered what we were looking for today. If anybody has any questions, you know, Julie, I don't know if you're watching the chat, but you know, Cindy and Rebecca. No. I was just gonna say, you know, they like the customer service blast policy. I don't know that I've seen one like that before. So everything you had mentioned was very helpful. So I don't see any questions in the chat.
Okay, good deal. Good deal. I love mountain women. It's like so strong. I was thinking if we had a Texas one, it'd be like, what are we, the flatland women, the tumbleweed women?
Tumbleweed. That's what I was just
This doesn't resonate.
Cowgirls,
Yeah.
women,
Oh, there you go.
young rancher women.
We got our spurs and we're willing to use them.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Julie. This was great.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Next time you come in
always
person.
go back to them. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say a quick, thank you so much for all the information. And then I was also gonna say just anyone have a few quick notes. We have this weekend, if you're interested and able, I'm still not sure if I can, I'm house and pet sitting, but we have a Zoom cooking class, as a matter of fact, with a local chef, Renee, who's gonna help us. So if you're able, I think Deb posted something on the Businesswomen's page, and also Pat sent an email out. And then our next in-person meeting will be April, wait, I'm looking at my calendar, April 7th
April
at
7th with
Mountain
Cindy.
Resource Center again.
Yes. Cindy
And
will present
anybody else
them.
have announcements?
I just wanted to mention, Pat is maybe you want to talk about it regarding Bailey Days also.
Okay, Bailey Days are the last weekend in June. I think it was the 24th and 25th. We will be there for 2 days with our own canopy. So please start thinking about that and being prepared to showcase your business up there. Last year, I mean, it was packed. People want to get out and see things. The other one that we are doing right now is Elevation Celebration. That's in Conifer. And that is the last full weekend in July. So we will be there for 2 days there with our own canopy. So please think about that. Either 2 hours each day, whatever you would like to do. Get handouts ready. We have several people now that can help us with our marketing. So this is a great time to talk to them and get prepared for the summer, because I think it's going to be a great summer for marketing. We'll also most likely do the Aspen Ridge Church, which is the last Saturday in September. And if you know of any other ones, please send it to mountainwomeninbusiness@gmail.com. Let me know about it. We'll research it, see if we can get into it. And please respond to the emails letting me know that there is interest in these.
And I'm going to
Okay.
reach out to Josie after our meeting real quick, and it'll probably be in May or June. We're going to reschedule that social at Josie's meeting space, where we're going to get food from Mac Nation and hang out and get to see her space and just visit and have a nice day, couple hours together.
Yeah, love that. Great. Okay, does anybody else have any events that they want to share? We're always happy to put it on social media too. So if you have something, send it over to Rachel, send it over to Deb, send it over to the Mountain Women in Business Gmail account, and we will get it out there for you.
I posted one on the Facebook group. So I have a free event this Saturday. It's only 1 hour, and the theme is mothers and fathers, but it's just everything about your photos and videos. So it's on the Mountain Women in Business Supporting Each Other Facebook page.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay.
One other quick thing is Lori Kuno still with us? I can't see the whole screen with everybody's.
I'm here.
faces. Oh, okay, cool. I just wanted to say thank you so much to Lori and her cohort. They hired me to do body painting, and we did an amazing thing at the Denver Business Women's Expo about a week ago. And they were brave warrior women and let me paint them from the waist up. And we made quite an impact, and everyone was taking pictures and was impressed and pleasant and supportive about the whole thing. And it was just amazing. So thank you again.
Yes,
for that.
thank you, Rachel. It was quite powerful. So I
There's
appreciate
pictures on my Rachel's Creations page if anyone wants to see them.
Great. Okay. All right. Well, I need to get to my next meeting. So everybody have a great Tuesday. And we'll see you at the next in-person, or well, we'll see you this weekend if you're cooking. And then we'll see you at the next in-person meeting.
Thank
Okay,
you.
take care.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Hi, everyone.